But before we go into that, I think a very pressing matter to address here is that I was going to say the circle of life. It's not the circle of life, it's just life in general is going to find a way to throw those shit curveballs your way. There's going to be some sad things, some sad shit that happens, right? There's going to be some highly stressful events, whether that's your partner, and I know I certainly give that to Jillian, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, something not so great is going to happen, maybe on a regular basis for in your whole journey of life. And usually when that stress hits, that's when it can affect the health and fitness goals. It's when it can trigger maybe some deeply rooted trauma that triggers you to have a binge or eat more food. But ultimately, to be successful on this journey of health and fitness, your ability to adapt and modify certain situations is honestly what separates people who do well and people who quote unquote don't do so well. Their ability to modify their sessions or modify their lifestyle to fit whatever stress is going on is really what separates them. And an example would be, let's say I'm training 4 or 5 days a week. Then, in fact, I'll give you an example of what actually happened to me when I was working in a gym, and then I got this place. So working in a gym, and I was in the gym 6 days a week, and I had this little block throughout the day where I would train and was consistently training 6 days a week. I had a training program. I had a goal of being like jacked and lean and all this sort of stuff, and wanted to feel strong. So I was trying to push my numbers on the deadlift and my squat, and I was working towards that. And I had an idea in my mind that I would sign up to a powerlifting competition in about February. So back in September, this was, I got offered this place, and I was like, right, okay, I'm going to go for it. And all through that process, the stress of coming over and visiting the place, figuring out what colour am I going to paint the walls, what equipment am I going to get, how am I going to get, what's the floor going to look like, all those decision makings and those little micro stresses throughout the day, I started to find my training went from 5-6 days a week to 0. And I knew that 0 workouts wasn't making me feel my best. I knew the power of lifting weights and what that can do for my mental clarity, for my stress management, for just my joints, my overall body, how it feels. So I switched up my program to a 2-day-a-week split. And I figured, if I can't work out 6 days a week, can I work out 2? And see, if I'm being honest with you, I managed to get 2 on average for the majority of the time. But there was some weeks where I only trained once. And that frame of mind, or being able to pivot and change my outlook and my goal, because the more pressing matter was, wow, I've got a really great opportunity to set up my own studio. So I didn't want, that was the main driver in my life at the time. So with that being said, it doesn't mean that your quote unquote health and fitness goals need to take a back seat. It just means they have to be changed. They have to be modified. And that's exactly what I done. And look, don't get me wrong, there's some weeks where I done 0 workouts, but knowing that I only had to get 1 or 2 workouts in that following week to kind of make me feel great and do this full body type of training, then that's where personally, and feedback from my clients that I've found, is the best approach to that. So your ability to modify and adapt to life stresses, like if you're going to become a new parent, right, you ain't going to be in the gym 4 or 5 days a week. If you are, then like all power to you, but I'd imagine the sleepless nights and the stress of trying to raise a newborn baby is going to be one of the most challenging things life is going to throw at you. On the flip side of that, if you are trying to get a promotion in work, and this has actually happened with some clients, we actually trained some people in the group sessions where they were like, I can't go to the gym on that day because I need to study for my interview that I've got on Friday. And it was like, right, forget the workouts. How do you feel when you're working out? It's like, yeah, I do feel good, but I can't go to the gym 3 days in a row. I need to put my time and energy into that. And it's like, right, why don't you do like a in the house like mobility session on the hour for a couple of minutes? And it's like, yeah, that actually sounds quite good. Feedback from that client, I feel great. I don't feel like I was a failure. So and that's the hard part, is how you speak to yourself through this whole process as well. So your ability to adapt and overcome and find balance in the stressful situations that life throws at us is the key part. And just because it's weird, because every single one of you guys listening to this, I would imagine, are basing this around how much weight you're holding or how you look. And just because you have an extra 2% body fat, does that mean you're unhealthier or not as fit than someone else? No. There may be an argument there for it, but if that allows you to strengthen your relationship or put your time and energy into your family, into your friends, into your work, into your career, get more, I don't know, financial gains instead of like physical gains, then that's a win. And that's where there's a range. It's not just a set number. There's no set number in terms of if you achieve this number, you are fit, you are healthy. There's a range for everyone, and everyone's range is going to look a little bit different. And the comparison is definitely the thief of joy. And this is why when you're looking at social media and everyone's running just now and you're like, oh man, I kind of want to run, but I could never do a 10K, right? What about a 1K? Oh no, but that's nothing. It's like, well, are you doing a 1K just now? No, I'm not. Right, why don't we start there and let's build up some reps towards that? We all write ourselves off because of what we see others do, and it's sad that we do that. But off the back of today's episode, we are not doing that anymore. I have your back.